good for 87 right now. And they're off and running, a perfect getaway. 2 on the inside, get out. The barnmates, Jill Attack and Chloe Attack, 1-2 as they go in sequential order around the only corner. Mo Cowbell is up into third. Fourth is Moonshine Molly on debut. And a bit awkwardly wide is Tortuga Island, high stepping it and climbing badly. But on the front, Jill Attack at 6-1. Chloe Attack at 13-1. And on the move on the far outside underneath Kim is Moonshine Molly, who moves up about 4 deep from the inside rail. Sneaking through is Mo Cowbell, and Mo Cowbell cuts the corner directly and has taken over part of the lead from Jill Attack and Chloe Attack. Down the center is Moonshine Molly. Into action late down the stretch is Tortuga Island, but it's Mo Cowbell. Mo Cowbell gonna have to fend off Tortuga Island. Photo finish. Welcome back. Winner of the opening race tonight, number 3, Mo Cowbell and jockey Alvin Ortiz. A homebred victory for Acres of Green Limited, conditioned and bred in Illinois by Josh Appleton. He's a 2-year-old gray gelded son of Mohayman. And they're off. A troublesome go away from the starting gate for your favorite number 5, Caricia, who's out the back. Out very well, Mo wanna go with all the experience, flanked on the outer by Fergie Attack, these two inseparable early. Then hightailing it on debut is gaining ever so slightly on the far outside. And that awkward start has Caricia out the back by some 4.5 lengths off the dueling leaders. The lead is now held around the turn by Fergie Attack, who puts a length on the rest of the field. Moving on up from the inside is Mo Wanna Go, a stubborn foe. And on that one's outside, hightailing it is up in the top trio. And the mark has been set down for your odds board leader, Caricia, who's now joining the front-running trio. Past the quarter-mile mark they go. And on the married man route, Caricia is gaining ever so slightly, 4 of them in a firing line past the 330. On the grandstand side, Caricia has taken over proceedings. Fergie Attack is a stubborn one. On the inside, she just won't go away. Caricia has now dispensed with all. Caricia, Rainier Arietta to win the second by over 2 lengths. A good second for Fergie Attack, then hightailing it. Number 5, Caricia and jockey Rainier Arietta, co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. Caricia is a 4-year-old daughter of Valiant Minister out of the pleasantly perfect mare St. Bellato's Lady, bred in Florida by Saul Rojas. And they're off. Perfect start. Good speed for Wendigo Spirit, quickest out of the gate. Company held by Lord Shaftesbury. These two out right together. Then the 2 position on the outside stalls. He's a fine man and My Kind of Teton, running 3rd and 4th. 5th and 6th moving on through is Town Crier the Gray. Inside is your favorite, Blue Teardrops. Out the back is Safe, and then the last 2 dawdlers, Thacker From has one of them beaten, that being Mary's Boy, who's 9th and last. Opening quarter and 23 flat. A mad dash has consummated itself. It's Wendigo Spirit and Lord Shaftesbury. Widest of all, he's a fine man in 3rd. 4th and 5th right together, Town Crier. And on the inside of Town Crier is Blue Teardrops. Here comes My Kind of Teton, who's rolling on the exterior and means business. Corey Orm, a late run provided on the middle part of the track. But they all have to catch Wendigo Spirit and Victor Balin. 3 line up in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It looks like My Kind of Teton's the lone danger to Wendigo Spirit, and there is no more danger. It's Wendigo Spirit to score handily by about 5.5. My Kind of Teton was 2nd. Late run from Mary's Boy 3rd. I'd like to thank our group out here sponsoring race number 3. Blue Goose, Greater St. Louis Claims Association Trophy Race, welcoming back number 5, Wendigo Spirit and jockey Victor Balin. Owned by Jody Durham, trained by Mike Durham, a 4-year-old gelded son. And they're off. Perfect getaway. Truest got the best reaction time and is out with a flight of 5 others up front. St. Louis is amongst fast cross traffic. Here comes Dan's a Taxi along the rail to exploit and save all the ground. So as they settle out, it's Danza Taxi, Rainier Arrieta by a length and 3/4. From fast cross traffic outside St. Louis. The next two right together, Truist and Senior Mike. And bringing up the hind end is Skip Away Carter with the blinkers on. And is starting to roll on the exterior out of last. On the front, Danza Taxi by 2.5. A hustled upon fast cross traffic. No change in the top three. St. Louis now starting to make a bid. On the inside comes Truist back into the bridle. Skip Away Carter seems to be done. Senior Mike has to make up about 9 lengths. Danza Taxi spins them in by 3 lengths. On the move, St. Louis into the exacta. Truist is back in third. On that lead, Danza Taxi out by 3.5. Gonna win it. Danza Taxi will hold off St. Louis just by a half a length. Back in third was Truist. (1-6-3-5) reporting in the winner's circle. Back-to-back wins for number 1 Danza Taxi and jockey Rainier Arrieta with a riding double. It's a training and owing and they're off. Hopping at the start, a horrible beginning for Bobby Tutu, but now moves on up. Bobby Tutu is out of the gate in good order, just looking back there to see if anything untoward happened. But on the lead is going to be Cookin' Roses to put a length on Bobby Tutu, who runs up into second. Third on the outside is G-City Warrior as your odds board favorite with Templuna running underneath. Next comes Louis P. And then out the back we're going to have a Super Tricks who has, looks like Sweet Justice, not out there in good order, is far back. On that lead, it's Cookin' Roses, Victor Balin, out there uncontested. Bobby Tutu is 3 lengths back in second. Moving on up is Templuna. Louis P. passes a hard-ridden G-City Warrior who's all done. Super Tricks, and not in the body of the race at all, is Sweet Justice. On the lead is Cookin' Roses, out by a length from a hard-ridden Templuna, who's gaining. Templuna on the board, second favorite, has now put a nose on the lead. Cookin' Roses has to fight back. Late run from G-City Warrior, but it's too late. Templuna beat Cookin' Roses. Then it was G-City Warrior. Judges still looking at the start, specifically the 7 Sweet Justice. Into the winner's circle steps number 3 Templuna and jockey Alexander Bendezu, owned by Sharon Morgan. Trained by John Wainwright, 7-year-old daughter of Temple City, out of the Sarlin mare. Here we go, and they're off. A tough start for Trouble Finds Me out the back. Foggy Kitten wins the jump with English in close connection second. Third is She Stuck Up. Right between is Trouble Finds Me. On the outside of Trouble Finds Me, Lil Bit Tipsy. Only 3 lengths would cover, all 5. But they're all in search of Foggy Kitten and Victor Santiago, out to a length and a quarter from the other foursome. That brings up second, third, fourth, and fifth. On the outside, Trouble Finds Me. A late break. This one challenging for second on the outside with a little bit tipsy. Inside, English has to make up about 3 lengths. And then now, back is She Stuck Up, trailing by 5 lengths. Foggy Kitten takes him by the 2 furlong pole. Out by 2. Lil Bit Tipsy is challenging in second. Coming back into it along the fence is English. Fanned out, Trouble Finds Me, and She Stuck Up. They're all in search of Foggy Kitten, out by 2, 2.5. Gonna have to fend off a little bit tipsy. We'll test these 2 and English on the rail. But on the inside, it's Foggy Kitten. Here comes She Stuck Up. From far back, She Stuck Up, ran by them all at 2-1. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure. Winner of tonight's 6th race, number 2, She Stuck Up, in a riding triple. by jockey Rainier Arietta. And they're off. Very tough beginning on the outside for Tallis Park Grad. Hustled right away. My Little Tipsy to show the way. Tis Approved is going to challenge underneath and swoops one up for a piece. Boot Daddy Justice will be third. Fourth is Not Again Jackie. Outside of that one is Tallis Park Grad. And then a long break back to Mac Pandowdy. And running from far back is Bureau, at least double digits off the pace. Slowing down is Alvin Ortiz aboard Tis Approved. Out by just a half a length. Staying in touch is My Little Tipsy. No change in the order. Third, Boot Daddy Justice all alone. Hustled upon is Tallis Park Grad in fourth. Fifth, Not Again Jackie. And then the two far back. Bureau has to do a lot better. And this one's passed by Mac Pandowdy, but they're getting closer. The opening quarter in 22 and 2, the half in 45 and 3 as heads turn for home in the closeout race. Rail opens for Not Again Jackie, not without hope, but re-breaking inside the 330 is Tis Approved. Here's Boot Daddy Justice, Tis Approved. They bump heads inside Not Again Jackie. It's Boot Daddy Justice at 6-1 who rolls away. And we will have another Pick 7 carryover. Sprinting late for a piece from last was Bureau to get second away from 7-3, 2-1, just about official.